Hi folks, Sunday evening again, so you're welcome back to us in the, well, I don't know, do we call this HQ or is HQ in the office? If in the office is HQ, then this is the first outpost. Now, I know I've been prattling on for about the last 3 weeks that we were going to finally put these poor things out of their misery. So you've been with us for most of their life, so you might as well stay with us for their funeral as well. So that will be this evening's job, because I don't think we'll get a whole lot more done, because as you can see, the light is fading bloody fast, too fast unfortunately, which means that summer's gone and the dreaded winter is in on top of us. But I want to get these done and get the pot set up. I may do a bit of sowing before I go back in, or we might just fill the compost and leave them ready to go for tomorrow and see how much energy I have or what way I'm going. We have a few bits and bobs of news. Susan went off and done another little bit of shopping. We now have proper hanger things on the wall over there, which will give you a proper look at tomorrow when we have the big camera. And as I say, the big sprayers there we have to put it together, because the forecast is fairly good for the next couple of days. We might get a bit of spraying done. I was also hoping that I might have another little bit of machinery news to tell you this evening, but that has unfortunately been parked for the time being. But I would just ask you all once again to please like the video, and please hit the subscribe button. The more subscribers we have, the more options it opens us up to us with the channel, and the better variety of content we'll be able to bring you. So I'm going to crack on with this for now while we still have a bit of light. We may, well, it's not that we will have more developments for you in the middle of the week, but for now I'm going to crack on, and I will just check back in at the end when we get whatever few bits we manage to get done. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't actually remember where the last bit of film finished up, so I'll just finish up by saying we did eventually put the dead plants out of their misery. In actual fact, what we did was there was a tie and twine and that around them where we had them staked. We got rid of it, and we got rid of the tie and twine, and then what we actually did was the remnants of bits of plants that were left over, we put them back into one of the big buckets. Actually, the very first bucket we planted anything in, which we had put potatoes in when we were starting out. The first crop of potatoes, which you would have either seen or heard me talking about harvesting. It's probably going into the third week now since we did it, but we've actually taken up a second crop, if you want to call it that, since then. But the little whatever bits of the dead plants that we could use were recycled back in as compost. I just got one bucket ready because, as you could see earlier on in this video, we were rapidly running short of light, so I just got the big clay coloured tub ready, and it's filled with compost, and the compost is mixed up and ready for going in the well, I was going to say in the morning, but whatever time we get going at tomorrow. I have there's definitely 2 cabbage plants there to go in, and Susie told me this evening there may in fact be spinach left that we can put in as well. And I also know that she was talking to Dermot Hillard, who is her neighbour down the road, who very kindly supplied us with a lot of the vegetable seed when we were starting off, and for that Susie and I are extremely grateful, and it was a great start to get us going, which made what we have achieved so far, which in my own humble estimation is quite a lot when you consider where we were starting from, but none of it would have been possible without Dermot's kindness in supplying the seed. So I know when she was getting the cabbage plants off the other day, I know, well actually I'm not sure now that I think of it, did the cabbage plants come from Dermot or did she get them out of her job? I'm not entirely sure, but what I do know is that she was talking to him yesterday, I think, and when she was talking to him, he either gave her some literature or some actual seed, I'm not sure which, for strawberries. So if we could start at them now, that would be taking things up a level. And look, anyone that has been following me from the time, either the time I got into farming or, well, got properly into farming as in the livestock end of it, or since we've switched to vegetable farming at the start of the summer, will know that if yours truly is anything, he's a bloody dreamer. And look, I suppose to a certain extent everyone has to dream, don't they? But there were, now again, and I'm sure you're all getting bored of me here at this stage, so I'll try not to prattle on about it too much longer, but the dream, long-term dream anyway, definitely is to try and get back into the livestock farming and the beef finishing end of the business. But when we did go down the vegetable route, there were 2 things, well, there were a few, for sentimental reasons, apart from the fact that I absolutely loved the taste of myself, for sentimental reasons, scallions and lettuce were always going to be an absolute certainty. But other than that, there were a few crops that I really wanted to have a go at myself. I've made no secret of the fact potatoes was absolutely the top of that list, and as well as the spuds. I had a long-term vision or goal or whatever you want to call it, I suppose, of growing some fruit. Now, whether that was by fruit trees or how exactly we were going to go about doing it, I had no idea, but it would appear that from what Dermot gave Susan over the weekend when she was talking to him, she appears to either have in her possession or at least got information on how to get some strawberries seed or plant. I'm not even sure how they come, but I seen her with stuff about strawberries this evening, so that would certainly be another goal ticked off the agenda if we manage to if I manage to get that much in. But I suppose, and this is a long term foible of mine, in that maybe sometimes I don't give myself enough credit, but I suppose we can be rightly proud of what we've achieved with it so far. And certainly if we could grow a crop of strawberries or any fruit, in fact, that would be an absolutely splendid, I don't know, vindication the right word, but it would certainly be a source of great pride, number one. And secondly, maybe as much to myself as anyone else, it would actually prove to myself that it can be done, and that we can expand a little bit, and there are possibilities there for expansion. And if it was humanly possible, I would absolutely love to jump at the opportunity, for the simple reason that now that we are, as much as I hate saying it, we are heading in towards the winter, and with Dunboyne being out of the Meath Senior Football Championship, but even if they weren't, with this corona thing the way it's gone on, the championships are going to be finished up early anyway, so I would have needed something to keep me afloat over the winter, because God only knows at what stage I'd be able to go back. Well, not only me, but anyone would be able to go back racing or the like of that, which would, under normal circumstances, be my staple diet for getting through the winter. But just to go back to the Meath Senior Football Championship, and the fact that the winner out of it and all that. In my podcast earlier today, Sunday, you would have heard me speaking of, the games that went on over the course of the weekend up to this morning, say, and the fact that Na Fianna and Summerhill had already qualified for the quarter-finals. Today, then, our lads did record a very big win over St. Columkills, but unfortunately it was damn all good to them after the disaster of the last day against Kells. And in the other games today, Ratoath showed, I suppose, just why they are champions by coming back from 6 points behind against Simonstown to just about edge through to a semi-final, where I believe they will play Summerhill in a repeat of last year's final. Now I could be wrong, and I sit to be corrected on that, but and then of course that is it. Yeah, it's Ratoath and Summerhill and Na Fianna against Gael Columkill in the other semi-final. Now, I think in the podcast I went through it fairly plainly and at length how even watching sport or staying tuned into sport has been decidedly difficult. This year with the way things have been disjointed and away from farming and away from GAA even, and horse racing. I'm noticing it in other ways, I suppose you could say as well, that I would have got a great kick out of watching the darts here, what I think was the World Grand Slam of darts. If I'm wrong, I do apologise. I'm nearly sure it was the Grand Slam, and that I can't remember probably says it all about what you need to know about where my head is slightly at the moment. But I know the tail end of the Premier League has been on over the last 3 or 4 nights, but I literally just could not bring myself to switch on the telly and get stuck into it now. Whether that was just because seeing darts at this time of the year is sort of an alien sort of concept or what, I don't know, but I literally just could not bring myself to watch it. And of course, the one time I would be struggling in that sense, what happens? Only Peter Wright goes and hits an iron darter last night, so I will have to go and have a look at that. I also, to my utmost regret, have to say that the same, I don't want to call it apathy would be too strong, but the same difficulty in generating a bit of interest as regards the playoffs at the end of the NBA basketball season has also cropped up, I suppose you could say, and that is particularly upsetting purely because from a very basic point of view, for as long as we have had the sports channels at home, which is a long time now, at this stage is 25 years or more, the basketball has been staple diet, I suppose you would say, for helping me through the long winter nights, especially when I can't actually sleep a lot of the time. But for whatever reason, again, this year, well, at the minute, say, I just cannot find the spark for it at all. But look, we'll not give up on it yet. Anyway, I can guarantee you that. And eventually, I would hope to get back to where I was with a lot of other sports, golf included, it has to be said. But for now, between upcoming developments on the website, I hope, fingers crossed here, and a little bit more of expansion on the vegetable farming side of things, and we may even have a bit of news in terms of the beef finishing operation in the next while. I hope, put it this way, my father might be the only one to do a Lazarus within the family in the last couple of weeks, but look, I'm not even going to let my head go down that road yet, because the last thing I want to do, and I've done it too often in my lifetime to date, is build myself up for a letdown. But look, between the shed and, please God, continuing to pump out content like that which you are now digesting, I should hope we'll have enough to keep us going, keep me going specifically, between that and getting over to the local rehab centre one day a week, hopefully, if these bloody restrictions are ever done away with. I might get back to me minimum of 2 days a week, and I mean minimum because most of the time I can sort of ramble over there any time that there's a possibility from this end to do it, because I'm so near to the place. But what was it? Yeah. But for now, look, I keep writing, keep filming, keep recording, and we may have a few little surprises up our sleeve regarding the shed if all goes according to plan. Now, that'll do me for now, I think, and I will leave you to it. Thanks for looking in. I know tonight wasn't the best of quality that we've produced, I would admit that myself, but I would hope that we will have more and larger variety to keep us going in the not too distant future. Just one last thing before I go. I must apologise for the poor lighting out in the shed for when we were working at the plant pots and that, through nobody's fault, just and I thought you done it, and I thought you done it sort of a situation. The rechargeable light actually wasn't fully charged in time to bring out with us, so I would just apologise again if the light was a bit shabby in this evening's video, but hopefully we will have much bigger and better developments on the recording and filming side of things in the not too distant future, so please stay tuned. As I mentioned earlier, please like the video and hit the subscribe button. It's a simple thing, it doesn't cost money, and it opens up a world of different options for the Ball and Talk Sport website and things like that. So please like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check us out, Ball and Talk Sport on SoundCloud. There was a podcast posted there this morning, and also don't forget to go and have a look at This Disabled Life on Instagram. We will be, through one way or another, pumping content onto all available social media channels as much as we can. I've even set up an account on Periscope this evening. I have not bull's notion how to use it, but knowing my good lady herself, she will negotiate her way around it. I'm nearly out of breath now after talking for this length, so I will leave you be, and I will talk to you all soon.